Okay, in this video I'm just going to show you how to wedge clay, and I know it's kind of an awkward angle and I'm getting my head chopped off, but point is for you to look right here so you know how to wedge clay. So I've got two pinch pots that I worked on, and I'm not super thrilled with either, so I wanted to restart. Well, how do you get this clay soft and usable again and make sure you've got all the air bubbles out? Because as you guys know, air bubbles are deadly to clay pieces. If you get an air bubble and you put it in the kiln, that air expands and heats up. As it heats up in the kiln, it will eventually crack your pottery. So we're going to look here at the clay, and I want to wedge it. Wedge it, like I said, it means get rid of the air bubbles and make it usable again. So putting these two pieces together, and I'm going to put a little bit of water on my clay because my clay is dry. So I want to fold that water carefully into the clay. You notice I'm working on a board. The board is covered with a piece of canvas, so if you want to make one of those for home, they're fairly easy to make. You just need some kind of a plywood surface, and then you can staple gun or adhesive glue some canvas to it. I think mine, can't tell here. Oh, mine is staple gun, so can't remember how I made that. Okay, so when you're wedging clay, it's kind of like kneading bread, and I'll see if I can attach a couple other videos, but you are basically pushing the clay away from you, and you want to keep damp hands, and you want to bring it back and push it away again and bring it back, push it away, and you're basically working to coil the clay up. I'm working with two hands. It's easier if you stand up. You can get a better angle on it and press a little bit harder, but this is just one method of wedging, and you're going to see it turn it a lot and press with the palm of my hand and wrap the clay back. Palm of my hand, wrapping it back. And you're going to see a spiral shape starts to develop on the side. So I'm going to turn it the long ways and do that again, and you'll see the spiral shape kind of appear. Okay, and that's getting all the air bubbles out and getting that clay soft and workable again, as long as I worked a little bit of water into it. If you don't work any water into it, it may become drier as you're wedging. Right, kind of wear you out, but there you go. Another way people wedge, this is called a rose wedge actually, when I turn it on its side and keep wrapping it around, because you kind of get this, let's see if we can get a good example of it, kind of get this rose petal shape-like shape on the end. Not the perfect example, but there are others out there on YouTube, so you can kind of Google that or go on YouTube and look for the rose style wedging, clay wedging. Alright, so I'm working out all the air bubbles, and then a lot of people when they're done wedging like to tap it back into a little brick shape. It's just kind of a final step. And you can check how you did it with wedging by cutting the clay in half to see if you see any air bubbles. So we will do that. Take my clay cutter. Remember, it's just a piece of fishing line tied between two little sticks or dowels. Chopsticks work great for that too. I'm going to slice through it. And I don't see any air bubbles, so it looks like it wedged pretty well. If you see little pockets of open areas, that's just an air bubble and you'll want to wedge a little bit more. So we've got two pieces of clay ready to start some more pinch pots. So there's your basic wedging, and hope it works out for you. Practice a lot.